Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The NFL world woke up buzzing this morning, and it's not just another off-season rumor. It's the kind of headline that makes fans spit out their coffee in disbelief. Reports are swirling that Keenan Allen, one of the most polished route runners of his generation, has officially signed with the Miami Dolphins on a stunning $16 million per year deal. That's right, the same Keenan Allen who's been the safety blanket of every quarterback lucky enough to throw his way is now packing his bags for South Beach. For Miami, this move feels like more than just another splashy signing. It's a calculated strike. They're arming Tua Tagovailoa with a weapon so reliable, so precise, that defenses across the AFC East are already breaking into cold sweats. Picture it, Tyreek Hill burning corners deep, Jalen Waddle slicing through zones underneath, and now Keenan Allen finding soft spots in coverage like a surgeon. This isn't just a signing, it's a statement. Miami is done being the almost team, done being the flashy offense that fizzles when the lights get bright. This move screams ambition, control, and danger. The kind of danger that forces defenses to pick their poison and still die trying to stop it. And let's be real, Keenan Allen brings something Miami desperately needed last season: reliability under pressure. When things broke down, when Tagovailoa couldn't find Hill streaking downfield or Waddle got swallowed by double coverage, there wasn't that veteran route technician who could calmly pivot, find space, and give Tua that heartbeat-saving completion. Allen changes all that. He's not the fastest guy on the field, but his football IQ is off the charts, his route precision is surgical, and his chemistry with quarterbacks tends to develop fast. The Dolphins' offense, already known for speed and chaos, now gets a dose of poise and balance. It's the kind of move that doesn't just change the depth chart, it changes the entire offensive identity. Mike McDaniel must be grinning ear to ear right now because this signing gives him tactical flexibility he's never had before. Allen can line up in the slot, work the sidelines, or even act as the decoy who draws coverage away from Hill. Miami just turned a potent offense into something terrifyingly unpredictable, and all for $16 million a year. What makes this story even juicier is how the deal reportedly came together. Sources close to the situation are whispering that Allen had multiple offers on the table, including from a couple of playoff contenders. But he was intrigued by the Dolphins' offensive system and the chance to play in a weather-friendly city that's hungry for a championship. Apparently, the Dolphins made their pitch personal. They sold him on being the missing link, the veteran who could turn big numbers into postseason wins. And Allen, who spent his entire career in systems that often relied too heavily on his production, saw a golden opportunity to fit into something larger, a team that's not asking him to be the hero, but to be the steady heartbeat. If that's true, this might be one of the smartest late career decisions of his life. Because in Miami, Allen's skill set doesn't just complement the roster, it elevates it. He's stepping into a locker room already built on confidence, speed, and swagger. His calm, methodical approach might be exactly what Tua and company need to steady the ship when the storms hit. Fans in Los Angeles, though, are understandably heartbroken. After years of watching Allen shred defenses in Chargers blue and gold, it's hard to imagine that offense without him. His chemistry with Justin Herbert was special, almost telepathic at times, and losing that veteran presence will sting. But this is the business side of football rearing its head again, and the Dolphins took full advantage. Miami knew Allen was still productive, still durable, and still hungry for a ring. They pounced when others hesitated. And honestly, that aggressiveness is becoming the Dolphins' signature under general manager Chris Grier. They're not playing it safe anymore. They're chasing windows of opportunity with urgency. Allen's arrival could also shift how defenses prepare for Miami. You can't just double Hill anymore and hope Tua gets flustered. You can't sit back in zone coverage and expect Allen not to find the holes. The Dolphins just added a human cheat code for third downs and red zone efficiency, two areas that often decide playoff games. For Tua Tagovailoa, this move might be career-defining. There's been endless chatter about his future, questions about durability, consistency, and whether he's truly the guy who can carry Miami deep into January. But give that man weapons like this, and excuses start to evaporate. Imagine Tua's progression reads now: Hill deep, Waddle crossing, Allen finding the seam. It's a quarterback's dream, and more importantly, it's a safety net. Keenan Allen has made a living out of being the answer to broken plays and collapsing pockets. That kind of reliability could buy Tua the confidence and time he needs to elevate his game from good to elite. With McDaniel calling plays and this trio of receivers stretching defenses in every direction, the Dolphins might finally be ready to stop being the fun team and start being the feared team. And Allen, quietly, might be the missing piece that makes it all click when it matters most. It's still early, but insiders are already calling this one of the smartest signings of the offseason. Not because it's flashy, but because it's functional. Keenan Allen isn't a headline-chasing move. He's a foundation move. He's the kind of player who turns close losses into gritty wins, who turns blown leads into clock-killing drives. For a team that's been criticized for lacking discipline and composure late in games, Allen's presence could be transformative. It's like adding a veteran chess master to a team of sprinters. The Dolphins already have the speed, the firepower, the flair. Now they have someone who brings structure, precision, and an unshakable calm. And for fans who've watched Miami rise and fall like waves on their own beaches, this signing feels different. It feels deliberate. It feels like the start of something big. Because when Keenan Allen suits up in aqua and orange, he's not just catching passes. He's catching the Dolphins' next great chance at history. Behind the scenes, the locker room vibe in Miami is reportedly electric. Players are buzzing, coaches are excited, and even the front office can't hide their smiles. Keenan Allen brings with him not just production, but professionalism, that veteran leadership you can't measure with stats. Younger guys like Jalen Waddle are expected to soak up everything they can from him, from footwork precision to reading defensive tendencies. And make no mistake, this isn't just a mentorship role. Allen's still a threat. The Dolphins didn't bring him in to coach, they brought him in to compete. Imagine the practices. Tua threading passes through tight windows while Allen, Hill, and Waddle rotate through route trees that make defensive coordinators dizzy. It's the kind of internal competition that forges playoff-caliber chemistry. And Allen's calm, methodical demeanor could balance the fiery energy of Hill, creating a receiver room that's both explosive and disciplined. If Miami can harness that balance, this offense might not just break records, it might rewrite how modern NFL attacks operate in space and tempo. Of course, the skeptics are already out there, raising their eyebrows. They point to Allen's age, his mileage, and question whether he can keep up in such a high-octane offense. But those who followed his career closely know better. Keenan Allen's game has never been about blazing speed. It's about separation through intelligence. He wins routes before the ball is even snapped. That's why this move makes so much sense. Miami doesn't need him to run 4.340s. They need him to be the dependable link when everything else breaks down. And if Tua has shown anything, it's that he thrives when timing and rhythm are on his side. Allen's routes are clockwork precise. They'll mesh perfectly with Tagovailoa's quick-release style. That synergy could be deadly. While Hill draws double teams and Waddle stretches safeties thin, Allen will quietly dismantle secondaries from within. And when playoff time comes, those smart, disciplined routes tend to win more games than highlight reel sprints. What's even more interesting is how this move reshapes Miami's locker room hierarchy. Tyreek Hill remains the loud, vocal leader, the heartbeat of swagger. But Allen represents the opposite kind of leadership, the silent grinder who leads by example. His film sessions are reportedly legendary, hours of dissecting cornerback tendencies, pre-snap disguises, and route leverage. That's the kind of detail-oriented mindset that can elevate an entire receiving core. And when you think about it, that's exactly what Miami's been missing. The Dolphins have always had flash, but now they've added foundation. If Allen's presence can bring a bit of that veteran composure into the mix, the ripple effect might be massive. You'll start seeing cleaner route combinations, fewer miscommunications, and more synchronized timing between Tua and his targets. In a league where inches separate champions from pretenders, that discipline could be the edge Miami's been chasing for years. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Even on the defensive side, players are taking notice. Training camp matchups are expected to be intense, with cornerbacks like Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard sharpening their coverage skills against one of the most technically gifted receivers in the game. That kind of daily challenge builds a battle-ready team. It's not hyperbole to say this signing could indirectly make Miami's defense sharper. Iron sharpens iron, and Keenan Allen has made a career out of exposing weaknesses in coverage. Weaknesses his new teammates can learn to close. This internal elevation, this culture shift toward precision and poise, is what championship teams are built on. You can almost feel it. The energy, the hunger, the sense that Miami is turning a corner. And for a franchise that's flirted with greatness but struggled to sustain it, that psychological shift might be as valuable as any stat line. From a strategic perspective, this signing opens a new chapter in Mike McDaniel's offensive playbook. The Dolphins can now experiment with new formations that were previously off the table. 3-wide sets, bunch formations, motion-heavy packages. All of it becomes exponentially more dangerous when Keenan Allen is part of the mix. Defenses will have no idea where the ball is going. The sheer versatility is staggering. Motion hill deep, slide waddle across the middle, tuck Allen underneath for an easy completion. It's a nightmare to defend because it attacks every level of coverage simultaneously. McDaniel, known for his creativity and offensive innovation, now has another chess piece that fits perfectly into his scheme. Expect to see the Dolphins lean more on situational football, using Allen's precision to extend drives and bleed clocks. This isn't just about flash plays anymore. It's about balance, control, and championship-level execution. And so, as the Dolphins gear up for the upcoming season, one thing feels certain. The league has officially been put on notice. Miami is no longer content with highlight reels and social media hype. They're building for legacy. Keenan Allen's arrival signifies that shift in mindset. He's the kind of signing that doesn't just elevate the team's talent level, but changes its DNA. When the playoffs roll around and the spotlight grows harsh, that's when veterans like Allen earn every penny. Those crisp routes on 3rd and 7, those sideline toe taps on crucial drives, that's what wins games in January. And if this Dolphins team can stay healthy and keep their chemistry clicking, they could very well be the dark horse that shocks the AFC. Because when you mix raw speed with veteran precision, what you get isn't just offense, it's art. And Keenan Allen, the newest weapon in aqua and orange, might just be the artist Miami's been waiting for. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.